There is like statistics on like if you do something like that's just like random or attention grabbing within the first 5 seconds, like you. Well, that's a good way to start the video. She's sitting on a chair. She just fell straight on the floor. Are you okay?
You didn't even hug me.
Anyways, so we're answering some of your guys' questions today. In case you're new around here, my name is Ryan Cow, and I'm a 24-year-old filmmaker based in Portland, Oregon. Well, filmmaker, director of photography, editor, YouTuber, we'll call it content creator, I guess. I've been doing this whole thing now full-time for about 5 or 6 years, so I figured it was a good time to ask you guys on social media what you wanted to know. Sam asks, what percentage of income is based on YouTube versus client work? What is the client work? Sam, that's a good question. I don't usually talk about money a whole lot on here, unless that's something you guys want to hear a little bit more about. But hey, YouTube at the moment probably makes up around maybe 60% of my income or so. The other 40, of course, being client work. That will fluctuate a decent amount depending on the month. I mean, I think you guys know how that kind of stuff goes. As for what client work am I doing, a large majority of my time at the moment is spent on post-production work, editing, color grading, sound design for a variety of different clients, and then actually shooting or DPing projects probably around once a month or so. That's slowly starting to increase though, which I'm really, really excited about. Favorite quarantine purchase or hobby? Okay, by far, probably this thing. This has made working from home, just working in bed or on the couch, literally so much better. Easily one of the best purchases I've ever made when it comes to like working from home, like office stuff. Just link down below. Best cameras for beginners under $1,000. Ooh, I feel like I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. It's been a while since I've kind of looked at that market, but A6400? Jackson asks, about your laptop. What about it? Currently, I mostly use a 2019, or maybe it's a 2020, 16-inch MacBook Pro, pretty much fully maxed out. But I do actually have something coming pretty interesting to share with you guys in that spectrum. Favorite photos you've taken from the last year? iPhone, not Pro Gear. Ooh. Michael asks, what's the one habit that helped you the most in your career so far? Where's my journal? This thing, easily. Just a simple journal, but I've been making it a priority to use it every single day for to-do lists, for ideas, like literally just physically writing down your ideas. I've talked about it before in previous videos. Creators talk about it all the time, but truly, without a doubt, this one thing, like this in itself has completely changed my workflow and productivity on a daily basis with both personal life as well as my professional career. I definitely plan to do another video following up on this in the future, so stay on the lookout for that. Can you make a video about sound design? Yeah, I could do that. Let me know down in the comments. In the past few years, what part of your personal growth are you the most proud of? 100% making the decision to actually prioritize and deal with my depression and anxiety. This is something that I've been struggling with for a large part of my adult life, and it wasn't up until maybe a year and a half ago that I actually really decided to tackle it and deal with it and make it known to my friends and family. Best decision I have ever made. I would strongly encourage anybody who's dealing with similar issues to, maybe try doing the same. Where's Waldo? Are you going to get the Sony a7 IV? Not this again.
Who the f are you?
Connor asks, if you could go back and change anything you've done over your career, what would it be? Probably left that camera store that I was working at like 5 years ago a lot sooner. And along with that, just taken more risks in general when it comes to like my career and the things that I was pursuing. Yeah. What do you do to rest and avoid burnout? This is a really good question, and this answer might seem a little, generic, but take time during the week to quite literally do nothing. Now, I feel like that's kind of controversial because a lot of people, especially when you're trying to grind and build and grow, say to just practice, 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 constantly work, constantly try new things, get out of your comfort zone and push yourself. But at the end of the day, if you keep with that mentality every single day, 7 days a week, you will burn out 100%. Like, there is absolutely no avoiding that. The longer I've been doing this as a passion and a full-time career, I've realized that when you take those days to literally do nothing, watch a movie, go out, play video games, just completely allow your mind to disassociate from that work, from that passion, the better you will feel. And coincidentally, the better work you're going to create. What's your height? I don't know, like 4'11". Woodley asks, what are the specs of your PC build? Good question. Okay, here we go. Intel i9-10900K, NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti, a little outdated NVIDIA if you're watching this. 64 gigs of RAM, a bunch of different SSDs, like an NVMe boot drive, a couple of normal SATA SSDs. Is there anything else? I think I have an Asus Z490 motherboard, Cooler Master case, I don't know. I'll actually just put a link to the kit of my computer build down below. Before you got your first paid video work, how long did you practice? I feel like I was probably shooting for fun and kind of just really learning the ropes for maybe, I don't know, like a year and a half or so before I got my first paid project. But looking back though, it honestly felt like no time at all. Like once I really started to just create for fun and actually chase projects and do things that inspired me. Chase asks, how do you make money on YouTube? Glad you asked, Chase. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that Canva is an incredible all-in-one design platform that will help take your content creation to the next level. Canva isn't just a platform that does graphic design, but you can pretty much do it all on here. We're talking things like YouTube thumbnails, YouTube intros, animated social media posts, collages, presentations. One of the things that I've been using a ton lately for my client work are their pitch decks. You can create amazing content on here because of their massive library of professionally designed templates that are extremely intuitive and easy to customize. The best part is Canva is free to use, but they do also offer a pro subscription which exponentially increases your ability to create engaging content for your audience. So if any of you guys want to give this a try, you know the deal. Canva will hook you guys up with a free 45-day pro subscription. Just head down to the link below. Show these guys some love. They've been doing a lot to support the channel and make a lot of these videos possible for you guys over the last year or so. Thank you, Canva. What shows do you like? What food do you like? Coffee or tea? Happy Place. I'm really big into horror films and shows, so the newest season of American Horror Story, Black Summer, Maniac with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone, incredible. Black Mirror, of course. Mayor of Easttown on, what was that, HBO? I don't know, especially over quarantine, it feels like I've pretty much seen everything. Favorite food? Probably anything my girlfriend cooks for me. She likes to cook. It's a good life. Coffee or tea? Coffee. Happy Place. Probably my bed. What was the biggest change you had to make to confidently fulfill your passion from a hobby to full-time? I would say the biggest thing for me was to really just gain more confidence and overcome my self-doubt. Like to just truly accept that failure is okay and that you're going to make an endless amount of mistakes. The sooner you're able to just accept this and confront it head on, I promise you, you will grow exponentially. What was your strategy when you were a beginner? To be honest, there wasn't really much of a strategy, but I just dove in head first, made a lot of mistakes, created pretty much anything that came to mind. But the biggest thing I think I can take away from it all was I really made a point to surround myself with people I could learn and gain experience from. Walker asks, if you were a vegetable, what vegetable would you be and why? Probably like broccolini. I don't know, I like broccoli and I feel like it's kind of just like the bougie version of broccoli. Austin asks, where do you find music for your videos? What changed on your business side in the last year? Not to get too specific about it, but I now have a partner in my life that helps me on pretty much all aspects of my business, keeps me motivated and driven. I've spent a lot of time and energy focused on developing a better social circle and a better support group for the things that I'm actually doing in my life. The client work that I've been doing and the network that I have outside of YouTube has been growing very, very rapidly, and so that's starting to unfold sort of like a whole new chapter of my career. I mean, really, the list can kind of go on and on, but yeah, this last year I've kind of just completely turned like a whole new chapter on everything I've been doing. Biggest pet peeve when it comes to YouTube. Definitely compression. You upload such nice footage. It looks so good when you're editing and when you render it out, and you're just like, and then you put it on YouTube. Did the pandemic affect you in any way? I mean, yeah, the obvious things like the toll on my mental health, being stuck inside, a pretty big drop off with client projects, not being able to go out and shoot much, but I think we all felt those things. On a more positive note, I was able to spend a lot of time to reflect and really re-strategize and better plan out my career. Do you use any filters that make footage more cinematic? I wouldn't necessarily say filters make footage more cinematic, but when it comes to filters, my go-to diffusion is definitely the black pro mist. I like using the 1/8 probably the most often, but I also have the 1/4 and a couple other different filters. Will you be making more content related to DaVinci Resolve, like tutorials and your editing process? Yes. Do you miss anything about Premiere Pro? No. How do you go about color grading your videos? DaVinci Resolve. Thank you so much to everybody who sent in questions for the Q&A. I'm sorry if I didn't get around to answering your questions. There were a lot to choose from, but I hope that some of these answers maybe helped you guys out just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all of you who are subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider heading down there. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.